Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about objects in JavaScript. Okay. Now, JavaScript object is a data type that allows you to store multiple collections of data. Okay. And in JavaScript, almost everything is an object. Now, there are many ways of creating an object in JavaScript, but for now, let's learn the easiest way. Okay, so we create an object just like we define a variable. Okay, so I'll say const Ravi, okay, is equal to, and then flower brackets. All right, so I'm creating an object called as Ravi, wherein I'll be storing the marks secured by him in various subjects. All right, so I'll say math marks. Okay, math marks. So I'll explain it to you in a minute. I'll write it now. 70 English marks. I'll say 68. Okay, 68, and then biology marks 72. Okay, 72. Now this is an object. All right, this is an object. So here I'll say console.log, and I'll mention the name of the object, which is Ravi, and I'll run it to get math marks 70, English marks 68, and biology marks 72. Okay. Now, in an object, we have many properties, and these properties are mentioned in key value pairs. So, on the left side, we have a key, and on the right side we have a corresponding value. So this is key and this is value. Key and value. The key and value are separated by a colon. Okay. So here you can see this separates the key from the value. So colon. Okay. And at the end we need to have a comma. Alright, we need to have a comma. So here I do not have a comma because this is the last property. Okay, last property. If I had any property here, alright, then I should type in comma here. Else, no need of a comma. Okay, so we are saying Ravi object has these properties. Okay, his math marks is 70, English marks is 68, and biology marks is 72. Okay, and when you run like this, you get output like this. Okay, so you are logging into the console the property of the object Ravi. All right, now you can also check the type. So I'll say type of, and I'll say Ravi, and when I run it, I'll get object. So this is an object. Okay, this is an object. As I mentioned, an object is a data type that allows you to store multiple collections of data. Okay, multiple collections of data. So here we are saving 3 properties inside this object. Okay, now let me delete this. Now let us see how to access individual property. Okay, individual property. Now to access individual property, we have 2 options. One is to use dot, or one is to use bracket. Okay, so dot notation or bracket notation. So let me show you both. So I'll say console dot log. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to print the marks of Ravi in maths. Okay, or else I want to print only this. Okay, I want to print only this. So what we have to type here is name of the object first. So name of the object is Ravi. So first I'll say Ravi. Okay. And now we will use dot notation. So I'll use a dot. Okay. Ravi dot. And then the key. Okay. Key which I want to log into the console. So I want math marks. So I'll say math marks. Okay. So I want to access math marks of Ravi object. Okay. So when I run this, I get 70 as output, or the value that is stored in math marks of the object Ravi. Okay. So this is how we do it. So let me go and show you once more. So I want to, let us say, access biology marks of Ravi object. So first what we do is first type in the name of the object and then the key name. Okay, key name. So when I run it, I get 72. Okay, 72. Now let me delete this. Let me delete this. So we have one more way to access the property. Okay, that is by using bracket. So this is by using dot. Here I'll write by using bracket. Okay, so console dot log and inside bracket Ravi, which is name of the object, and inside this bracket, square bracket, and inside quotes, math marks. Okay, math marks. So when I run this, I get 70, which is the result of this, and 70, which is result of this. So instead of using dot, we can use brackets. So we have to use square brackets here, and inside square brackets and inside quotes we need to mention the key. Okay, key, to get the corresponding value. Okay, name of the key. Now as you can see, this is much simpler than this. Correct? This is simpler than this. Of course it has its own advantages which is not required right now, and only when that is required we go for this. Okay, otherwise we generally use dot notation. All right, dot notation. Now let me delete this. Now let us take a case. To change any value here, we just have to mention the object name and the key name. Okay, so let me say I want to change math marks. Okay, math marks from 70 to 88. All right, from 70 to 88. Now let me log to the console Ravi dot math marks. Okay, so initially it was 70, but here I am saying that Ravi math marks should be changed to 88, and then I am logging into the console, or I am printing it out. Okay, so let me run it to get 88. Okay, 88. So let me print out the entire object. So you can see we have math marks 88 and not 70. Okay, so to change any value we have to mention object name, key name, and then use equal to operator to assign the value. Okay, so if you want to use bracket, then you have to say math marks is equal to 88. All right, 88. So instead of this you have to type in this. All right, yes. So let me delete this. Let us say I want to add one more property. Okay, so math marks, English, biology is okay. So let me add one more. So I want to add physics marks now. Okay, so I'll say Ravi. All right, Ravi dot PHYSICS, physics and marks. All right, so this is the new key that I am trying to add, and I'll say is equal to, let me say 55. let me say 55. Okay, so now when I run this, let me see what I get. So math marks is 70, back to 70, and English marks 68, biology marks 72, and finally physics marks 55. Okay, 55, which I added just now. All right. Next, I want to delete English marks. Let us say I want to delete English marks from this object. Okay. To do that, we need to use delete keyword. Okay. We need to use delete keyword. So we'll say delete. And what do we need to delete? We need to delete English marks. Okay. So I have to say Ravi dot English marks. So it always has to be the name of the object and then the key. Okay. So without using this, we cannot directly use English marks. All right. Yes. So I've deleted Ravi English marks. So now when I run it, I get, let me go back, math marks 70, first key value pair, then biology marks. So this is gone, this is gone. I have this, and then finally physics marks 55, which I added here. Okay, which I added here. All right. So this is how you can add, edit, or delete a key value pair or a property. Okay. Next, let me delete this. Let me delete this. I want to have an object inside an object. Can we do it? Let us check out. So I'll say const, okay, person1, all right, person1 is equal to, and flower brackets or curly braces, whatever you want to call it as. Now this is my object person1. Okay, I'll say name, and I'll say Ravi. All right, and since it is a string, it has to be inside quotes. Okay, and then a comma, which is required. Age, I'll say 30, and as this is a number, no quotes is required. Okay, so these two are properties, and now let me create one more object. Okay, I'll say cars, and a string, and curly brackets. Okay, so this is an object. So this object is inside this object, or cars object is inside person1 object. All right. So here let me say car1, car1, and let me say Tata. All right, car1 Tata, car2 let me say okay, Fiat, and car3 I'm out of names. Okay, let me say Benz. All right. So this is the profile of a person whose name is Ravi, age is 30, and he has 3 cars. Okay, 3 cars. Now these 3 cars are under cars object. Okay, cars object. Now we have an object inside an object. Now let us see how to access it. Okay, let us see how to access it. Let us say I want to access the value Fiat, which is of the key car2. Now this is of this object and this is of this object. All right. So to access it, we will have to use 2 dots. So I'll say console dot log. All right, console dot log, and the main object is person1. Okay, person1, and of person1 we have cars object, and of cars I want to access car2. Okay, car2. So when I run this, I get Fiat. Okay, I get Fiat. Now if I do not have a comma here, let us say we miss a comma, and I try to run it, I'll get an error. Okay, unexpected identifier. So make sure you have comma, which is a common mistake that we do actually while programming. So I'll run it to get Fiat. Okay, so if I want to access car1, then car3, then run. Okay, next you can also access this using brackets. Okay, so I'll say console.log, and I'll say person 1, okay, person 1 dot cars, okay, dot cars, and inside brackets and inside quotes, I'll say car 3, okay, car 3. So let me run it to get Benz and Benz. This is the result of this, and second one is the result of this, okay. So this is how you can access using brackets. This is by using dot notation, this is by bracket notation. All right, yes. Now there are now we can have functions inside objects too, and that is the topic of next video. For this video, this class, I want you to go ahead and create few objects and practice the things that we have learned in this video. All right. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.